Chapter 1: The Calculated Coincidence. University dorms exterior night. Rain poured heavily against the pavement. Liang Chen stood outside the dormitory building, shivering, clutching a single suitcase. He looked at the text message on his phone from the landlord. "Sorry, the room is double booked. You have to leave. Refund processed." "Where am I supposed to go at 10 p.m.?" Chen whispered, his voice trembling. "I have no money for a hotel." He wiped a raindrop from his nose. He felt pathetic. Deep down, he wished he could call him Zhao Yichen, the campus prince, the guy Chen had been secretly sketching in his notebook for 2 years. "Stop it, Chen," he scolded himself. "Yichen doesn't even know your name. He walks past you like you are air." Suddenly, a sleek black car pulled up to the curb. The window rolled down. Chen froze. He knew that car. Everyone knew that car. Zhao Yichen sat in the driver's seat. His sharp jawline was illuminated by the streetlights, his eyes dark and unreadable. "Liang Chen," Yichen's deep voice cut through the rain. Chen's heart stopped. "He knows my name." "Why yes," Chen stammered, hugging his wet jacket. "Get in," Yichen commanded. It wasn't an offer. "What? No, I can't." "You're shivering and you're homeless. I heard the dorm manager kicked you out." Yichen looked straight ahead, his grip on the steering wheel tight. "Get in." Inside the car. The car smelled like expensive leather and Yichen's cologne, sandalwood, and cold mint. Chen felt dizzy. He was sitting next to his crush. How did you know I was kicked out?" Chen asked softly, staring at his knees. Yichen didn't look at him. "I have my ways." In reality, Yichen had bought the dorm building yesterday just to evict Chen, forcing him onto the street so he could save him. "I have a spare room in my apartment," Yichen said casually. "My previous roommate left suddenly. You can take it." Chen's eyes widened. "Live with you, but I can't afford your place. You live in the Sky Tower." "You can pay me in chores," Yichen said, finally turning to look at Chen. His gaze was intense, sweeping over Chen's wet clothes, cooking, cleaning, and obeying the house rules. Yichen's penthouse living room. The apartment was massive, modern, and cold. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the city. Chen stood in the middle of the living room, afraid to touch anything. "This is beautiful," Chen breathed, "just like you." Yichen walked behind him, locking the front door. Click, the sound echoed loudly. "Rule number 1, Yichen said, his voice dropping an octave as he stepped closer to Chen's back. Chen stiffened, his heart racing. He could feel Yichen's body heat. "No guests," Yichen whispered near his ear. "Especially not other men. I value my privacy." Chen nodded quickly, his face burning red. I don't have many friends anyway, just you. I mean, I know you, but we aren't friends yet." Chen wanted to dig a hole and die. "Why am I so awkward?" Yichen smirked, a dark, satisfied smirk that Chen couldn't see. "Good," Yichen murmured. "Rule number 2, you don't lock your bedroom door in case of emergencies." "Okay," Chen agreed blindly. He was so happy to be near Yichen that he would have agreed to anything. "Go shower," Yichen ordered, stepping back. "You'll catch a cold and wear my clothes. Yours are wet." Chen grabbed his bag and rushed to the bathroom, his heart pounding with joy. "I can't believe it," Chen thought. "I'm living with Zhao Yichen. This is a dream." The living room alone. Once Chen was gone, the mask fell off Yichen's face. He walked over to the wall and adjusted a digital picture frame. It wasn't art, it was a live feed. Hidden cameras, one in the kitchen, one in the hallway, one in Chen's new bedroom. Yichen pulled out his phone. He opened a folder named My Chen. It had hundreds of photos: Chen in the library, Chen sleeping in class, Chen smiling at a stray cat. "You think this is luck, don't you, Chen?" Yichen whispered to the empty room, tracing Chen's face on the screen. "You think I don't know you've been staring at me for 2 years?" Yichen laughed softly, a chilling sound. "I've been staring back much longer, and now, you're finally in my cage." The bedroom. Chen came out of the shower wearing Yichen's oversized black t-shirt. It smelled like him. Chen hugged himself, smiling like a fool. "I hope he likes me," Chen whispered to himself. "Maybe one day he'll see me." He didn't notice the tiny red light blinking from the smoke detector above his bed. In the living room, Yichen watched the screen, his eyes dark with obsession. "Sleep well, roommate," Yichen murmured. "Tomorrow, the real game begins." Chapter 2: The Apron and the Warning. Yichen's penthouse kitchen morning. Sunlight flooded the modern kitchen. Chen was humming softly, flipping pancakes. He was wearing an apron over Yichen's oversized t-shirt, his bare legs exposed. "Don't burn them, Chen," he whispered to himself. "This is the first meal, it has to be perfect." He reached up to get a plate from the high shelf, standing on his tiptoes. The shirt rode up slightly. Suddenly, a large, warm body pressed against his back. Chen gasped, freezing. Yichen's hand reached over Chen's head, easily grabbing the plate. "You're too short," Yichen murmured, his chest vibrating against Chen's spine. He didn't move away. He stayed there, trapping Chen between his body and the counter. "Gee, good morning, Yichen," Chen stuttered, his face turning bright red. I was making breakfast." Yichen leaned down, burying his nose in the crook of Chen's neck. He inhaled deeply. "He smells like vanilla in my shampoo. Perfect." It smells good, Yichen said, his voice husky. He slowly tied the strings of Chen's apron tighter around his waist, his fingers lingering on Chen's hips a little too long. You look comfortable, Yichen noted, stepping back finally. That shirt belongs to me. Chen turned around, clutching the spatula. I'll wash it, I promise. Keep it, Yichen said, sitting at the island counter and watching Chen like a hawk. I like seeing my things on you. Chen's heart did a somersault, he likes it. Chen served the pancakes, smiling shyly. He didn't notice Yichen wasn't looking at the food, he was looking at Chen's exposed legs with a dark, hungry possessiveness. University campus, afternoon. Yichen insisted on driving Chen to class. Yichen, you can drop me here, Chen said nervously as they approached the gate. If people see us, they might misunderstand. Misunderstand what? Yichen asked coldly, parking the expensive car right in front of the main entrance. That we are, Chen couldn't say it. Let them talk, Yichen said, unlocking the doors, unless you are ashamed of living with me. No, never, Chen panicked, I'm honored. Yichen smirked, good boy, I'll pick you up at 4 p.m., don't be late. Chen walked into the campus, feeling eyes on him. He was usually invisible, now he had just stepped out of the campus prince's car. Hey Chen. A hand landed on Chen's shoulder. It was Mark, a friendly guy from his history class. I heard you got kicked out of the dorms, Mark said, looking concerned. Are you okay? Do you need a place to crash? My couch is open. Chen smiled politely. Oh, thanks Mark, but I found a place, I'm okay. That's great, Mark smiled, his hand still lingering on Chen's shoulder. We should grab coffee later to celebrate my treat. Chen opened his mouth to answer, but his phone buzzed. Message from Yichen, step away from him. Chen froze, he looked around frantically. Across the street, inside the tinted black car, Yichen hadn't left, he was watching. Chen swallowed hard, he gently removed Mark's hand. I have to go, Mark, sorry, no coffee. Chen ran toward his building, his heart pounding. How did he see that? Inside the car, Yichen gripped his phone so tight the screen almost cracked. Mark, Yichen whispered the name like a curse. I'll have to teach Chen that he doesn't accept treats from strangers. Yichen's penthouse evening. The atmosphere in the apartment was heavy. Yichen was sitting on the sofa, reading a file. He didn't look up when Chen entered. I'm home, Chen called out cheerfully. Silence. Chen walked into the living room. Yichen, is everything okay? Yichen finally looked up. His eyes were cold, devoid of the morning's warmth. Did you enjoy your chat with Mark? Chen blinked. How? Oh, you saw us, he was just offering help. Help? Yichen stood up, walking slowly toward Chen. The predator was back. He touched you, Yichen stated. He just patted my shoulder, Chen defended weakly, backing away until he hit the wall. Yichen slammed his hand against the wall next to Chen's head. Rule number 1, Yichen hissed, no other men. I thought you meant in the apartment, Chen whispered, trembling. I meant in your life, Chen, Yichen said darkly. He reached out and brushed his thumb over the spot on Chen's shoulder where Mark had touched him, as if wiping away dirt. You are my roommate now. You live under my roof, you eat my food, you wear my clothes. Yichen leaned in, his lips brushing against Chen's ear. That means you don't let other alphas touch you, do you understand? Chen was terrified, but his heart was racing for a different reason. It sounded like jealousy, it sounded like Yichen cared. I understand, Chen breathed. Yichen pulled back, his expression instantly changing back to a calm, charming smile. Good, now go shower, you smell like the outside world. I want you to smell like me again. Chapter 3, The Night Visitor and the Missing Student. Yichen's penthouse, Chen's bedroom night. The room was dark, lit only by the city glow from the window. Chen was fast asleep, curled up in the duvet, hugging a pillow. The door handle turned slowly, click. Yichen stepped inside, he moved silently like a shadow. He stood by the bed, looking down at Chen. You really didn't lock the door, Yichen whispered, a twisted smile playing on his lips. You are so obedient, Chen, it makes me want to ruin you. He sat on the edge of the bed, the mattress dipped, but Chen didn't wake up. Yichen reached out, his cold fingers tracing the line of Chen's jaw, then down to his neck, the spot where he had imagined biting him 1,000 times. Chen stirred in his sleep, leaning into Yichen's touch instead of pulling away. He mumbled something unintelligible. Yichen's eyes darkened. He leaned down, his lips hovering inches from Chen's sleeping face. Dream of me, Yichen commanded softly. He carefully lifted the duvet and slid into the bed behind Chen. He didn't wake him. He just wrapped his arm around Chen's waist, pulling him flush against his chest. You are so small, Yichen murmured into Chen's hair. You fit perfectly in my grip. For an hour, Yichen just lay there, holding him, inhaling his scent, feeding his obsession. Before dawn, Yichen slipped out, leaving the bed cold but leaving his scent all over Chen. University cafeteria, next morning. Chen sat alone at a table, checking his phone. He looked confused. That's weird, Chen muttered. He was looking at the class group chat. System message, student Mark has left the group. Chen frowned, he looked up and saw 2 other students whispering nearby. Did you hear Mark transferred out this morning? Emergency family issues. Yeah, I heard he left the city entirely, so sudden. Chen blinked. Mark left, but I just saw him yesterday. A tray slammed down on the table opposite him. Chen jumped. It was Yichen. Yichen looked impeccable in a dark gray suit. He looked like a king sitting among peasants. Eat, Yichen said, pointing to the food. You look pale. Yichen, Chen whispered, leaning in. Did you hear Mark left the university? Isn't that strange? Yichen didn't even blink. He calmly opened a bottle of water. People come and go, Chen. The weak ones usually leave. He wasn't weak, Chen said thoughtfully. He seemed nice. Yichen's hand paused. He looked at Chen with a sharp, warning gaze. Nice doesn't mean smart. Maybe he realized he was touching things he couldn't afford. What? Chen asked, confused. Nothing, Yichen smiled, a fake, polite smile. Eat your vegetables, I don't want a sick roommate. Inside Yichen's car afternoon. I got you something, Yichen said, handing Chen a small black box. Chen opened it. It was a brand new, expensive smartwatch. Yichen, I can't accept this, Chen gasped. This costs more than my tuition. Put it on, Yichen ordered softly. But, Chen, the tone was final. Chen bit his lip and put the watch on his wrist. It looked sleek. It connects to my phone, Yichen explained casually. It monitors your heart rate. Since you get scared easily, I want to know if you are in distress. In reality, it was a high-precision GPS tracker with a microphone. Chen blushed, touching the screen. You worry about my heart rate. He looked at Yichen with starry eyes. He cares so much about my health. Yes, Yichen said, starting the car. I need to know where you are, always, for safety. Chen smiled, feeling warm and fuzzy. Thank you, Yichen, I'll never take it off. Yichen gripped the steering wheel, a dark satisfaction settling in his chest. See that you don't, Yichen murmured. As they drove away, Chen didn't notice that his phone had zero signal. Yichen had blocked everyone else's numbers except his own on Chen's plan. The cage was locked and the bird was singing, happy to be inside. Chapter 4, The Job Hunt in the Broken Wings. Yichen's penthouse living room morning. Chen was packing back and forth, holding his phone. He looked nervous but excited. I can't just live here for free forever, Chen muttered. I need to pay Yichen back even if he says no. He looked at the screen, an email from Blue Moon Cafe. Interview today at 2 p.m. Yes, Chen pumped his fist. If I get this job, I can buy groceries, I can be useful. He ran to his room to change. On the coffee table, Yichen's iPad lit up. It was synced to Chen's phone. Yichen walked out of his home office holding a cup of coffee. He glanced at the iPad. His eyes narrowed. A job? Yichen whispered, the temperature in the room dropping. You want to spend 8 hours a day away from me, serving coffee to other people, smiling at strangers. He picked up his phone and dialed a number. Find out who owns Blue Moon Cafe, buy it now. Blue Moon Cafe to 00 p.m. Chen walked into the cafe, adjusting his tie. He felt confident. Hi, I'm Liang Chen, I'm here for the interview. The manager, a middle-aged man, looked up. He looked sweaty and terrified. He was staring at his phone as if he had just received a death threat. Liang Chen, the manager stammered. Yes, Chen smiled. I have experience in. No, the manager shouted, standing up abruptly. We are not hearing, go away. Chen blinked, confused, but you sent me an email this morning. Mistake, big mistake, the manager wiped his forehead, looking around nervously. We don't want you, you are, overqualified, please leave before he comes. Before who comes, Chen asked. Just go, the manager practically pushed Chen out the door and flipped the sign to closed. Street outside cafe. Chen stood on the sidewalk, stunned. It started to drizzle. What just happened? Chen whispered, his shoulders slumping. Am I that unhireable? He felt his phone buzz. It was Yichen. Where are you? Yichen's voice was smooth, calm. I was just trying to get a job, Chen admitted, his voice cracking, but they kicked me out. Oh, Yichen sounded surprisingly unbothered. Come home, Chen, it's raining. Chen sniffled, okay. He didn't know that inside the cafe, the manager was currently trembling on the floor, deleting Chen's application file while Yichen's lawyer stood over him. Yichen's penthouse evening. Chen sat on the sofa, hugging a cushion. He looked defeated. Yichen walked in, carrying a glass of warm milk. He sat close to Chen, too close. Why are you sad? Yichen asked, brushing Chen's bangs out of his eyes. I just wanted to pay you rent, Chen mumbled. I feel like a burden, I'm useless. Yichen took the cushion away and replaced it with himself. He pulled Chen into his arms. You are not useless, Yichen said intensely. You cook for me, you clean for me, you wait for me. He lifted Chen's chin, forcing eye contact. Why do you want to work for pennies when you have everything here? Do you want to leave me that badly? No, Chen shook his head quickly. I want to be independent. Yichen's grip tightened on Chen's waist. Independence is overrated, Yichen whispered darkly. The world is cruel, Chen. Look at today, they treated you like trash. He leaned in, his lips brushing Chen's cheek. I am the only one who treats you like a treasure. Why go out there when you can stay in here, safe, protected? Chen felt a wave of confusion mixed with relief. Yichen's words twisted his reality. Maybe he's right, the world is scary, Yichen is safe. But how will I pay you? Chen asked softly. Yichen smiled. It was the smile of a spider watching a fly stop struggling. I have a proposal, be my personal assistant. Assistant. Yes, you manage my schedule, you organize my clothes, you stay by my side, 24/7. 24/7, Chen blushed. That sounds intense. It pays well, Yichen said, pulling a contract out of his pocket. He had it ready. It covers rent, food, and tuition. All you have to do is sign. Chen looked at the paper. It looked standard, but he didn't read the fine print. Clause 4, the employee must not leave the employer's residence without permission. Clause 9, the employee belongs to the employer. Okay, Chen said, trusting him completely. He signed his name. Yichen took the paper, his eyes gleaming with triumph. Good boy, Yichen kissed Chen's forehead. Now you really are mine. Chen smiled, thinking he solved his problem. He didn't realize he just signed away his freedom. Chapter 5, the golden cage and the spilled wine. Yichen's penthouse, walk-in closet, evening. Stand still, Yichen commanded. Chen stood in front of the full-length mirror, holding his breath. Yichen was standing behind him, buttoning up a white silk shirt on Chen. Yichen, isn't this too expensive for an assistant? Chen asked, touching the fabric. I should wear a normal suit. You represent me now? Yichen murmured, his fingers grazing Chen's collarbone as he did the top button. I don't want you looking common. Yichen picked up a velvet choker, a bow tie, and tied it around Chen's neck. He pulled it just tight enough to be felt. Perfect, Yichen whispered, staring at Chen's reflection. You look like a porcelain doll. Chen blushed. I'm not a doll, I'm your employee. Yichen smirked. Of course, now remember your duties tonight. You stay by my side, you hold my glass, and you speak only when spoken to. Luxury hotel ballroom, the gala. The party was suffocatingly rich. Chandeliers, champagne towers, and people in designer clothes. Chen walked a step behind Yichen, clutching Yichen's phone and a tablet like a lifeline. He felt out of place. Stay close, Yichen said, placing a hand on the small of Chen's back. He guided him through the crowd. Every time someone greeted Yichen, they looked at Chen with curiosity. Zhao Yichen, who is this pretty thing? An older businessman asked, eyeing Chen up and down. Chen opened his mouth to introduce himself, but Yichen squeezed his waist. My personal assistant, Yichen answered coldly, and he's working, don't distract him. The businessman laughed nervously and backed away. Chen looked up at Yichen. I could have said hello. No need, Yichen said, taking a sip of champagne. Their voices are not worth your ears. The incident. Yichen stepped away for 1 second to sign a document with a partner. He left Chen standing near the buffet table. Hey there. A young, drunk man in a red suit leaned against the table next to Chen. You're Zhao's new pet, right? The man slurred. Chen frowned. I'm his assistant. Assistant, right? The man laughed. He reached out and touched the silk sleeve of Chen's shirt. This silk, it feels nice. How much does he pay you? I can pay double if you come home with me tonight. Chen panicked. He slapped the man's hand away. Please don't touch me. Feisty, the man grabbed Chen's wrist. Come on, just one drink. Crash, a wine glass shattered on the floor. The music seemed to stop. Yichen was standing there. He hadn't yelled. He hadn't punched anyone. He just stood there, radiating an aura so terrifying that the air felt heavy. Let go, Yichen said. His voice was a low rumble like a tiger before the pounce. The drunk man sobered up instantly. He dropped Chen's wrist. Mr. Zhao, I was just joking. Yichen walked over slowly. He didn't look at the man. He looked at Chen's wrist where a faint red mark was forming. Yichen's eyes went pitch black. You touched my property, Yichen whispered. I didn't know, the man stammered. Yichen finally looked at the man. Leave, before I decide to break the hand that touched him. The man literally ran out of the ballroom. The car ride home. The silence in the car was deafening. Yichen was driving fast. Chen was rubbing his wrist, scared. Yichen, I'm sorry, Chen whispered. I didn't mean to cause a scene. Yichen slammed on the brakes at a red light. He turned to Chen, his eyes blazing with a mix of anger and desire. You let him touch you. I didn't let him, he grabbed me, Chen argued, tears welling up. I tried to push him away. Yichen unbuckled his seatbelt and leaned over the console, trapping Chen in his seat. You were too slow, Yichen growled. You are too soft. You smile at everyone and they think they can take a bite. He grabbed Chen's wrist, the one the man touched, and brought it to his lips. He kissed the red mark, then bit down gently. Chen gasped, a shiver running down his spine. Yichen. I have to sanitize you, Yichen murmured against Chen's skin. I have to erase his touch. He kissed up Chen's arm, his hand gripping Chen's thigh possessively. From now on, Yichen whispered, looking into Chen's wide, trembling eyes, you don't leave my sight for a single second. If I go to the bathroom, you come with me. If I sleep, you watch me. Do you understand? Chen's heart was pounding so hard he thought it would explode. He should be scared. He was scared, but the way Yichen was looking at him, like he was the most precious thing in the world, made his knees weak. I understand, Chen breathed. Yichen licked his lips, satisfied. He sat back and started the car again. Good, because if anyone touches you again, I won't be as polite as I was tonight. Chapter 6, The Bath in the Master Bedroom. Yichen's penthouse bathroom night. The sound of running water filled the silence. Steam rose from the massive marble bathtub. Chen stood by the sink, trying to unbutton the silk shirt with trembling hands. I can do it myself, Yichen, Chen whispered, clutching the fabric. Really? Yichen was leaning against the doorframe, arms crossed. He had removed his suit jacket and rolled up his sleeves, revealing his forearms. You are shaking, Yichen noted calmly, and you missed a spot. He walked over, pushing Chen's hands away. Let me. Yichen undid the buttons one by one. His knuckles grazed Chen's chest, sending electric shocks through Chen's body. You still smell like that party, Yichen murmured, peeling the shirt off Chen's shoulders. Like cheap cologne and other people's breath, I hate it. The bathtub. Chen sat in the warm water, knees pulled to his chest, hiding his body. The water was milky with expensive bath oils. Yichen sat on the edge of the tub, holding a sponge. Give me your arm, Yichen commanded. Chen hesitated, then extended his left arm, the one the drunk man had grabbed. Yichen scrubbed it hard. Ow, Yichen, that hurts, Chen winced. It has to be clean, Yichen said through gritted teeth. He scrubbed until the skin turned pink, then red. Finally, Yichen stopped. He lifted Chen's wet, red wrist and kissed it tenderly. The switch from aggression to gentleness was dizzying. Better, Yichen whispered against the wet skin. Now you smell like me again. Chen looked at Yichen with wide, watery eyes. Why does it matter so much? Yichen looked up, his eyes dark and hollow. Because I don't share my things, Chen, not even a glance, not even a touch. The hallway 20 minutes later. Chen stepped out of the bathroom, wrapped in a fluffy white robe. He felt drained but strangely cared for. He turned towards the guest room, his room. Good night, Yichen, Chen said softly. Thank you for helping me. Where are you going? Yichen's voice stopped him cold. Chen pointed to his door, to my room. Yichen walked over and stood in front of the guest room door, blocking it. No. Yichen said simply. No. That room is compromised, Yichen lied smoothly. The security system in that wing is glitching, it's not safe tonight. Chen blinked, glitching, but this is a smart house. Exactly, smart houses have errors. Until the technician comes tomorrow, you can't sleep there. The master bedroom. Yichen led Chen into his own bedroom. It was enormous. The bed was a king size covered in black silk sheets. The room smelled overwhelmingly of sandalwood. You will sleep here, Yichen stated. Chen's face exploded with heat. Here with you. Unless you want to sleep on the floor, Yichen shrugged, taking off his own shirt casually. Chen quickly averted his eyes, staring at the floor. Oh my god, he's shirtless. I can sleep on the sofa, Chen squeaked. Rule number 4, Yichen reminded him, making up a rule on the spot. The assistant must be within arm's reach in case the employer has a nightmare. Chen looked up. You have nightmares? Yichen's expression softened into a sad, manipulative pout. Yes, terrible ones. Being alone makes them worse. Chen's heart melted. He's lonely. Okay, Chen whispered. I'll stay. The midnight. The lights were off. Chen lay on the far edge of the massive bed, stiff as a board, trying not to breathe too loud. Yichen lay in the middle. Chen, Yichen whispered in the dark. Why, yes. You're going to fall off. Come closer. I'm fine here. Suddenly, a strong arm wrapped around Chen's waist and yanked him backward. Chen gasped as his back hit Yichen's bare chest. There, Yichen sighed, burying his face in Chen's hair. He threw his heavy leg over Chen's legs, trapping him completely. Yichen, this is... Chen's heart was hammering so hard he thought Yichen could feel it. Warm, Yichen finished the sentence. Go to sleep, Chen. Chen lay there, trapped in the embrace of the man he had loved for 2 years. It felt like a dream. He slowly relaxed, closing his eyes, feeling safe. He needs me, Chen thought happily. Behind him, Yichen's eyes were wide open. He wasn't sleeping. He was staring at the digital clock, smiling. He had successfully moved Chen out of the guest room. Tomorrow, he would turn the guest room into a storage closet so Chen could never move back. Mine, Yichen mouthed silently into the darkness, forever. Chapter 8. Yichen's penthouse dining room morning. The breakfast table was set perfectly. Yichen placed a glass of water and a single small blue pill in front of Chen. For your anxiety, Yichen said softly, smoothing Chen's hair. You've been looking pale lately. Chen looked at the pill. He didn't suspect a thing. To him, this was love. Yichen noticed his health when no one else did. Thank you, Yichen, Chen smiled sweetly, his eyes full of adoration. You take such good care of me. He swallowed the pill obediently. Yichen watched the motion of Chen's throat, his eyes dark with satisfaction. I do it because I love you, Yichen lied smoothly. Now, finish eating. We have a meeting with Mr. Han today. Chen nodded happily. He loves me. He really loves me. Flashback 1 month ago bedroom. Yichen stood over a sleeping Chen, placing a glass of water and the blue pill on the nightstand. He brushed a strand of hair away from Chen's forehead. Yichen's internal monologue. Just one more month, I'll keep you calm. I'll keep you healthy with these pills until you graduate. But the moment you are free from that university, I will stop being your guardian. I will stop holding back. I won't just touch you, I will consume you. He kissed Chen's temple, suppressing his own dark desires, and turned off the light. Present-day graduation party, the bar. The music was deafening. Chen sat at the bar, downing his third shot of vodka. His head was spinning, a dangerous mix of alcohol and the daily blue pill Yichen had given him that morning. Why? Chen mumbled, staring at his reflection in a spilled drink. For a whole month, he feeds me medicine, he brushes my hair, he treats me like a porcelain doll, but he never finishes it. Tears pricked his eyes. Am I ugly? Is that why he drugs me, to tolerate me? He turned to a stranger sitting next to him. Hey, Chen slurred, leaning in close, his eyes glassy and seductive. Do you think I'm pretty? The guy's eyes widened. Yeah, you're gorgeous. The man reached out to touch Chen's waist. Chen didn't stop him. He needed to feel wanted. He needed to know he wasn't broken. Suddenly, a cold hand clamped down on the stranger's shoulder. Yichen, he was there. He looked calm, too calm. He's leaving, Yichen said. He didn't even look at the stranger. He scooped Chen up into his arms in front of everyone. Yichen, Chen giggled drunkenly, wrapping his arms around Yichen's neck. You came for me. Yichen's penthouse bedroom. Yichen kicked the door shut and threw Chen onto the bed. He started loosening his tie, his face void of expression. Chen sat up, messy and emboldened by the drugs and drink. He crawled towards Yichen on his knees. Why are you mad? Chen complained, tugging at Yichen's belt. You don't even want me. You treat me like a patient, not a man. You think I don't want you? Yichen asked, his voice trembling with suppressed rage. Prove it, Chen challenged. He grabbed Yichen's hand and forced it onto his own chest. Touch me, really touch me. Stop giving me pills and give me you. Chen licked his lips, looking up at Yichen with hazy, seductive eyes. Or are you scared? The snap. Something inside Yichen snapped. The month of patience, the month of playing the good doctor, was over. He grabbed both of Chen's wrists and pinned them above his head with one hand. You want to know why I waited? Yichen growled, his eyes turning pitch black with lust. Because I knew once I started, I wouldn't be able to stop. He ripped Chen's shirt open, buttons scattering across the floor. You wanted a monster, Chen, you got one. Yichen didn't use his hands this time. He attacked Chen's neck directly with his teeth, biting down hard enough to claim him permanently. Chen gasped, arching his back, finally getting the reaction he craved. Don't cry later, Yichen whispered against his skin, his voice rough and dangerous. Because I'm not letting you out of this bed for a week. Chapter 9, The Devouring and the Permanent Mark. The air in the room was thick with pheromones and the scent of expensive cologne mixed with sweat. Yichen hovered over Chen, his eyes dark voids of obsession. He didn't kiss Chen's lips, he attacked his neck. Bite. Chen arched his back, a broken cry escaping his throat. Yichen, it hurts. You asked for this? Yichen growled against the sensitive skin of Chen's throat. You asked me to prove I want you. Is this enough proof? He bit down again, harder, right over the pulse point. He wasn't just kissing, he was branding him. He wanted everyone who looked at Chen tomorrow to see the purple bruise and know exactly who he belonged to. You are mine, Yichen whispered, his voice rough. Every inch, every breath. Yichen's hands roamed over Chen's body, no longer gentle. He gripped Chen's hips, leaving red fingerprints on the pale skin. Chen was sobering up fast, the alcohol replaced by a dizzying rush of adrenaline. Yichen, you're too much, Chen panted, his hands gripping the sheets. Yichen stopped moving for a second. He grabbed Chen's face, forcing him to look into his eyes. I held back for a month, Yichen confessed, his voice trembling with the effort of control, because I knew if I touched you like this, I would break you. He leaned down, his chest crushing Chen into the mattress. I don't want to make love to you, Chen. I want to consume you. I want to be the only thing you feel, the only thing you taste. Yichen moved with a slow, punishing rhythm. It wasn't about speed, it was about depth. He wanted to reach Chen's soul. Chen sobbed, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity. It was too good, too heavy, too much. Say my name, Yichen commanded, interlacing their fingers and pinning Chen's hands to the bed. Yichen, Zhao Yichen, Chen cried out. Again. Yichen, please. Yichen buried his face in the crook of Chen's neck, inhaling his scent like a drug addict finding his fix. I love you, Yichen whispered, the words sounding like a threat. I love you so much it makes me sick. You are never leaving this room, never. The tension in the room snapped. Chen's body convulsed, his vision going white. He clung to Yichen, scratching his back, desperate for an anchor in the storm. Yichen followed him seconds later, a low, animalistic groan tearing from his throat as he poured everything, his obsession, his madness, his love, into Chen. They collapsed together, tangled in the ruined sheets, hearts beating in a frantic, synchronized rhythm. Silence returned, but it was heavy. The air felt charged with electricity. 10 minutes later, Yichen rolled off, but he didn't leave. He pulled Chen onto his chest, wrapping his arms around him like a vice. Chen was trembling, his eyes half closed, exhausted. Yichen ran a hand down Chen's spine, tracing the sweat. He looked at the marks on Chen's neck and chest with deep satisfaction. "Does it hurt?" Yichen asked softly, kissing the top of Chen's head. "A little," Chen whispered, snuggling closer, "but I liked it." Yichen smiled, a genuine, terrifying smile. "Good." He reached for the glass of water on the nightstand and handed it to Chen. "Drink, you need to hydrate." Chen drank obediently. Yichen watched him, his finger tracing the rim of the glass. "Tomorrow," Yichen murmured, "we are going to get you a ring, a collar, something that doesn't fade like a bruise." Chen looked up, sleepy and compliant. "Okay, Yichen." Yichen kissed his forehead. "Sleep now, my love. The outside world doesn't exist anymore, just us."
Chapter 10: The Morning After and the Golden Shackle. Sunlight filtered through the heavy curtains. Chen woke up slowly. His body felt heavy, aching in places he didn't know existed. Every inch of his skin stung. He tried to sit up but hissed in pain. "Careful," a smooth voice said. Yichen was sitting in the armchair across the room, fully dressed in a crisp white shirt and black trousers. He was drinking coffee, watching Chen wake up. "You slept for 12 hours, Yichen noted, putting the cup down. He walked over to the bed. He didn't ask if Chen was okay. He pulled the duvet down, exposing Chen's bare chest. It was covered in purple and red marks, bites, bruises, and scratches. Yichen traced a particularly dark mark on Chen's collarbone. "Beautiful," Yichen whispered, "my masterpiece." Yichen carried Chen to the bathroom. He stood him in front of the mirror. Chen gasped when he saw his reflection. He looked like he had been in a war and lost. "Yichen, everyone will see," Chen whispered, touching his neck. "I can't go to class like this." Yichen stood behind him, wrapping his arms around Chen's waist, resting his chin on Chen's shoulder. "Who said you were going to class?" Yichen asked calmly. Chen blinked, but exams, graduation. "I handled it," Yichen kissed Chen's ear. "You are on medical leave indefinitely." Chen felt a spike of panic. Medical leave for how long? Yichen met his eyes in the mirror. "Until I say you are cured, and I don't think I ever want you cured." Chen sat at the table wearing Yichen's silk robe. He felt small. In front of his plate sat a small velvet box. "Open it," Yichen commanded. Chen opened it. Inside was a ring. It wasn't a simple wedding band. It was thick, gold, and encrusted with black diamonds. It looked heavy. "Is this?" Chen stammered. "Put it on," Yichen said. Chen slid the ring onto his finger. It fit perfectly, too perfectly. "It's beautiful," Chen smiled shyly. "It has a microchip," Yichen added casually, buttering his toast. Chen froze. "What?" "If you take it off, I get an alert. If you leave the building, I get an alert. If your heart rate spikes, I get an alert." Yichen looked up, his smile sharp and terrifying. "It's not jewelry, Chen, it's a leash." Chen looked at the ring, feeling the weight of it. "Yichen, can I have my phone? I need to tell my mom I'm okay." Yichen stopped eating. The air grew cold. "Your phone broke," Yichen lied. "Broke, but it was on the nightstand." "It fell," Yichen said, his voice devoid of emotion, "into the bathtub, irreparable." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a new phone. "Here, use this one." Chen took the new phone. He turned it on. There were no contacts, no social media apps, no internet browser. Only one number saved: owner. "Yichen," Chen's voice trembled, "I can't call anyone else." "Why would you need to?" Yichen stood up and walked over, tilting Chen's head back. "I am your family now. I am your friend. I am your lover. You don't need the noise of the world when you have me." Chen looked at the empty phone, then at the heavy ring, then at the marks on his body. He realized the door was closed, the cage was locked. He should scream, he should run. But Yichen was looking at him with that intense, consuming love that Chen had craved for years. Chen slowly put the phone down. He reached up and touched Yichen's face. "Okay, Yichen," Chen whispered, surrendering completely. Yichen smiled, a look of pure triumph. "Good boy." Yichen picked Chen up again. "Now let's go back to bed. You have a lot of rest to catch up on, and I'm not done marking you yet." Chapter 11: The Endless Nights and the Miracle Drug. The bedroom night routine. The nights had become a blur of sweat, skin, and exhaustion. Yichen didn't believe in sleep. he believed in worship. Chen lay pinned against the headboard, his chest heaving. His body was covered in a sheen of sweat. Again, Yichen whispered, pulling Chen's hips closer. Yichen, I'm tired, Chen panted, his legs trembling. We've been doing this for hours. Yichen didn't stop. He moved with a relentless, rhythmic power. This is your exercise, Chen, Yichen growled, biting Chen's shoulder. You don't need a gym, you just need to take me. Every night was the same. Yichen would use him until Chen passed out, ensuring that his seed stayed deep inside. It wasn't just pleasure anymore, it felt like a ritual, a mission. Day 45. Chen woke up and immediately ran to the bathroom. Wretch. He gripped the toilet bowl, vomiting nothing but bile. His stomach churned violently. Hey, Chen wiped his mouth, trembling. What is wrong with me? He looked in the mirror, he looked pale, his stomach felt softer, strange. Yichen appeared in the doorway. He wasn't worried, he was smiling. Sick again? Yichen asked, his voice sounding delighted. I think I have the flu, Chen whispered, leaning against the wall. Or food poisoning, I've been throwing up for 3 days. Yichen walked over and placed a large, warm hand on Chen's flat stomach. He didn't check Chen's forehead for fever, he just rubbed his belly. It's not the flu, Yichen murmured, it's progress. The living room afternoon. Chen sat on the sofa wrapped in a blanket, he felt dizzy. He looked at the bottle of blue pills on the table. Yichen, Chen called out. Yichen walked in from his office. Yes, love. These vitamins, Chen picked up the bottle. Are they expired? Maybe they are making me sick. Yichen froze, the air in the room shifted. He walked over slowly and took the bottle from Chen's hand. They are not expired, they are very expensive, custom made. Then why do I feel like my body is changing? Chen asked, his voice shaking. My chest hurts, my stomach feels weird, I'm always hungry but I throw up everything. Yichen sat down next to him, he looked deep into Chen's eyes. Do you trust me? The reveal. Yichen opened the bottle and took out a pill. Open, Yichen commanded. Chen hesitated. No, not until you tell me what it is. Yichen smiled, a dark twisted smile. It's not a vitamin, Chen, it's a hormone regulator. Hormone? Chen blinked. For what? Yichen leaned in, brushing his lips against Chen's ear. It prepares the male body to conceive. Chen's blood ran cold. Conceive, you mean? To carry a child, Yichen finished. To carry my child. The horror. Chen scrambled back, hitting the armrest. You're crazy, men can't get pregnant. Science is a beautiful thing when you have billions of dollars, Yichen said calmly. I've been feeding you these for 2 months, your body is ready now. He looked at Chen's stomach with a hungry, possessive gaze. That sickness, that's morning sickness, Chen, it worked. Chen touched his stomach, horrified. There is a baby inside me. A piece of me, Yichen corrected, growing inside you, binding us together forever. Chen started to hyperventilate. No, I didn't agree to this. Yichen grabbed Chen's face, his grip bruising. You agreed to be mine, this is the ultimate claim. The forced dose. I won't take it anymore, Chen yelled, trying to stand up. Yichen pushed him down effortlessly, he pinned Chen to the sofa. You have to, Yichen whispered. If you stop now, you'll lose the baby, and I won't let you kill my heir. He forced Chen's jaw open. Swallow. Chen cried, tears streaming down his face, but he swallowed the pill. Yichen kissed the tears away. Don't cry, mama, Yichen taunted softly, resting his head on Chen's lap, listening to his stomach. We are going to be a perfect family. Chen stared at the ceiling, realizing his cage just got smaller. He wasn't just a prisoner anymore, he was a vessel. Chapter 12, The Heartbeat in the Final Lock. The room smelled of antiseptic. Chen lay on the bed, his shirt pulled up, exposing his pale, slightly soft stomach. He was trembling. A man in a white coat, Dr. Wang, stood by the bedside. He didn't look at Chen's face, he only looked at the medical equipment. Yichen stood on the other side, gripping Chen's hand so tight it hurt. Is he healthy? Yichen demanded, his eyes fixed on the portable ultrasound machine. His vitals are stable, Mr. Zhao, the doctor said nervously. But his stress levels are high, it's not good for the fetus. Yichen glared at Chen. Calm down, Chen, you are hurting it. Chen bit his lip, tears leaking from his eyes. I can't help it, I'm scared. Apply the gel, Yichen ordered. The doctor squeezed cold blue gel onto Chen's stomach. Chen flinched. Yichen immediately leaned down, kissing Chen's forehead aggressively. Stay still. The doctor moved the wand over Chen's belly. Static noise filled the room. Then, thump thump thump. A fast, rhythmic swooshing sound echoed from the speakers. The room went dead silent. Chen stopped crying. He stared at the screen, a tiny gray blob of life. There, the doctor pointed, 6 weeks, strong heartbeat. Yichen's expression transformed. The coldness vanished, replaced by a look of pure, terrifying awe. Mine, Yichen whispered. Yichen touched the screen, tracing the gray blob. Do you hear that, Chen? Yichen asked, his voice trembling with euphoria. That is the sound of our forever. He looked down at Chen. You can never leave me now. Even if you wanted to run, you can't. You are carrying my blood, my DNA. Chen felt a wave of nausea. The sound of the heartbeat didn't feel like a miracle. It sounded like a prison door slamming shut. It's real, Chen whispered, horrified. It's perfect, Yichen corrected. He turned to the doctor. Leave us, and if you speak a word of this to anyone, you won't live to see tomorrow. The doctor packed up and ran. Yichen didn't let Chen get up. He propped him up with pillows. He brought a tray of food, spinach, grilled salmon, milk. Eat, Yichen said. I'm not hungry, Chen turned his head away. I feel sick. Yichen grabbed Chen's chin, forcing him to look at the food. You are not eating for yourself anymore, Yichen said sternly. You are eating for him. If you starve yourself, you starve my child. He picked up a spoon. Opened. Chen opened his mouth. Yichen fed him like a toddler. Good boy, Yichen smiled, wiping Chen's mouth. You need to get fat, Chen. I want you soft and round. I want to see my baby growing every day. That night, Yichen didn't touch Chen sexually. The doctor had said it was too risky for now. Instead, Yichen did something more intimate and more disturbing. He lay with his head on Chen's stomach, listening to the silence, imagining the heartbeat. I've already picked names, Yichen murmured into Chen's skin. Chen stared at the ceiling, feeling the weight of Yichen's head on his womb. Yichen, Chen whispered, Will you still love me after the baby is born, or will you just take the baby and throw me away? Yichen lifted his head. He looked offended. Throw you away. He crawled up and kissed Chen deeply. You are the vessel, Chen. You are the temple. I will worship you until the day I die. You are the mother of my dynasty. Yichen rested his hand protectively over Chen's belly. We are going to have so many, Yichen promised darkly. This is just the first. I'm going to fill this house with our children. Chen closed his eyes, a single tear rolling down his cheek. He realized his fate. He wasn't just a roommate. He wasn't just a lover. He was a breeding ground for Yichen's obsession. And the terrifying part? As Yichen rubbed his stomach and kissed his neck, Chen felt safe. The Stockholm Syndrome had taken full root. Okay, Yichen, Chen whispered into the darkness, just don't leave me. Never, Yichen vowed, we are one body now.